Hi everyone, it's Natasha. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Hometime XYZ. And today, I don't have my air fryer friend with me. I have my Christmas tree with me. And something else that I do like beside the air fryers, so Jesus Christ, of course, because I'm a Christian, the family. And then I think it's a toss-up between the air fryer and Christmas. And I think maybe Christmas before the air fryer, because Christmas is always going to be around, hopefully. The air fryer, you never know what can happen there, right? So I really love Christmas. Plus, I was born in December, so that might be a part of it. But I love the whole thing of, Jesus came and he was born. He was a gift to us from God. So I love all of that about Christmas and the story. But I also love the other things as well. The tree, the material things, yes. The trees, the decoration, the atmosphere, family coming together. I like all of that. So I'm going to decorate my tree. I'm just going to show you how I decorate my tree. It's something I love doing. So you might be wondering, okay, so why is this a family thing? It is a family thing. But usually what happens is, we all come here, we gather around, and we start decorating. And then I will look around, and I'll be the only one decorating. So I end up being the only one anyway, right? Eventually the little ones will come and put up their own thing, so that's fine. So they'll be happy with just putting up their own thing, but I'm gonna decorate the tree. So the steps I usually take when I'm decorating my tree is, first you have to, pick the right tree. Oh my gosh, this is so huge. Pick the right tree. And I'll tell you a little story about that in a minute, but pick the right tree. But if you have the one from last year, you bring it out, find the spot that you want to put the tree in. Because last year my tree was over there, now this year I'm gonna put it here. And then you wanna fluff the tree, of course. This tree is pretty good. It came, I didn't have to fluff it, it just opened out and it's like, voila! And then you wanna check the lights. Because I've had situations where I've put a tree up and then, I've decorated it and then I put the plug in and half the tree didn't light up, and that was fine. I just left it like that, because it's hard to put on lights after you've put all the decoration on. So it was sad, but hey, it was decorated, right? So those are the first step I usually take. And then I decide on my theme. So last year we had like a white gold theme. And this year I think I'm gonna go more of a burnt orange type theme. So first I usually do my ribbons. So I'm gonna just do double ribbons, and this I learned, and I'll leave the link below. I learned this from a lady online. It's just a beautiful way to put your ribbon. And I'm just gonna cut the ends in fishtails. I'll just show you quickly. Right? I call them fishtails. Right, like that. And I'm gonna do it in two parts. So usually, with my old tree, I can put this. So usually you just make sure you get the wired ribbon so they can bend and everything. And usually I'll just put this on and I'll use the branch to tie it on. Now this tree is a new tree, and I'll tell you the story about it in a bit. The branches are rigid. It doesn't move like my other tree, so I can't do the tie. But that's how usually you'll do it. You'll use this and you'll just tie it on there, but that's work. So my workaround is I got these little strips, and I'm just gonna use those to tie them on, right? So you have to improvise sometimes. They're green, so they look like a tree. So that's gonna be my workaround this year. So let's see how this is gonna go, because this is my first time doing it this way. So let's see how creative I can get with it, right, for each section. So yes, I'm just gonna do it like that and attach it to the tree. There you go. And this should be, like puffy and bubbly. You have to play around a little bit. And then I'm going to do one more with it. Slant it a little bit. And you can decide how you want your design to go with this. I'm just going to slant it a little bit, put it right here. Just a little bit harder than the... And you need it to be a little bit loose, so you can see your ribbons. And don't mind here, because an ornament will go right there and cover that up. And So we usually do it in 2 loops, and then we'll cut. You can cut it slanted, or again, if you want to do a fishtail, and look at that. That just hangs there like it's a ribbon, like an extra decoration on your tree. And we just continue that throughout, right, until you get, you know, what you want. I'm just realizing, because as I said, I had a different tree last year. This is a new tree, and I'm just realizing I think I need more ribbons. It is a significantly bigger tree, but I'm not going to stop. I'm learning, so that means next year when I go shopping, I have to make sure I get lots of ribbons for this tree, maybe even bigger ribbons for the tree. But what I'm going to do, because I'm running out of ribbon, I'm going to do a little bow, like this, right? So just to fold it, right, and again squish it together. And this can fill up spaces, right? So I can put it right here, and we'll just fill in the gaps. Okay. And I can open it like this. So I'm just going to do that in all the little spaces that I see to fill in the gaps. But you know, I have lots of other stuff like picks and all this stuff, so it should be fine. All right, everyone, so the small ornaments are on the tree. I did not put all on, I just put some of them on, because you'll step back later and we'll see if it needs more or not. Now, you might be saying, Natasha, you have a lovely tree, but it seems to be missing something, right? Because it looks like it's a full tree. It's not. So this, last year my tree broke, and I'll put a picture of it for you. And when you see the picture, he who is in the picture should not be mentioned, okay? Anywho, I've wanted this tree for several years. It's a Robinson fir, and I'll put a picture up so you can see what it is. And so last year the tree broke, so after Christmas I was like, okay, let's look at the trees. We look at the trees, it was on sale for a good price. And I said, let's grab it. Now, this tree is 9 feet tall. My ceiling, 8 feet tall. So right here, I'm not trying to be fancy. I'm just doing, this is the top of the tree. So, yes. And when I saw it, I was like, okay, 9 feet, that's fine, you know, because usually with trees, you can bend them and twist them to your will. As I said before, this tree is very rigid. Doesn't bend and twist to my will. It's pre-lit, so I have an extra tree unless I'm getting taller ceilings. Not happening, so I have to get creative, and maybe I'll do a little like wonderland, or I'll put it in the hallway or something. So that's why there's not a peak at the top of my tree. So I'll have to get creative. Maybe I'll get a globe to put on there, or a huge star, because usually we put a star at the top of the tree. But maybe I'll have to get an extra huge star to put on top of the tree. But that's why, if you notice, it didn't really have a peak at the top. I think it can work this way. We'll figure it out. Not important. As long as we're all together, right? That's what's important. So now we're going to put on the big ornaments. So now with the big ornaments, the good thing about them, they can fill any gap. Like this tree is pretty good, but with these, they can fill out, you know, any gaps that you might have. So, I found this one. Look at that. It's a nice maroon. Just a pop of color in there. And I have a lot more here if I need to add it. These are glass. So just in case, but they're darker, but that's just, I like that because it's just a touch of color. Okay, so I took a tea break. Decorating is a long process. It's amazing. You forget it sometimes. So I took a tea break, but now you know, there's still a lot of space in between it, and that's okay. That's where the picks come in. They are just fantastic for filling up all spaces. Yeah. So I'll finish my tea, and then we're gonna add butterflies. So the good thing about things like these is they just pick up spaces. So all those empty spots, if you put these all over, guess what? They disappear, right? So let's put these on after the tea break. I think the tree is ready, it's good. I am not gonna, you know, make it extra full. If it's green. I like seeing the greens and the color. You know, it would look nice if it was flocked as well, but it's not, and that's okay. These, I know it's not shown on camera very well, but these are just very nice and brings it together. And the only thing I'm going to add now is these onto the tree, just to give it a little bit of texture and to maybe keep the kids away, because you know it has these little pieces that poke out, and so when we have family over, the little ones will maybe not, you know, go too close to the tree. The next step is now so we've put our ribbons or ornaments or picks, and then the extra stuff. Now I'm sure everyone has specialty stuff, and that I'll wait for the kids to put on, and we'll put them all together, that you have collected from years past. Now, one thing I get, I think everyone has as well in their, you know, Christmas collection. If you have a kid, a grandkid, a nephew, a niece, whatever, not even something, you just have a friend with kids, and you have the kindergarten ornaments, right? I think this is actually bread, you know, kindergarten ornaments. So when the kids come, they can, you know, put them themselves, you know, special celebration ornaments, kids, you know, you have, so I'm gonna wait for the kids when they come, you know, they can do their part by putting up some of these little, you know, trinkets on the tree. So that'll be their contribution, and they'll, you know what's gonna happen, right? They're gonna come in and they're gonna put it right in the middle of my tree, you know. I say my tree, our tree. They're gonna put it right in the middle of the tree. They don't see my tree for the holidays, but yes, they're gonna put it right there. It's okay. Sometimes I do move it. Really, it's okay for them to put it there. They're not that big, so it's okay. Okay, so let's light this on. It's all sparkly. The tree's finished. I found this tree skirt. It's about technically the last things you put on the tree. And so I'm gonna put it on. I had this from years past. Last year I had white, but this gray goes with this, and it has some little gold in it, so I will compliment that. So I'll put that on your head. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and God bless you, and thank you again for watching.